I'm telling you, if I fall through one more hole in the floor. Ugh, where are we? And why's my head buzzing like a busted CRT?
Well, if it isn't my favorite Canadian furball with a TV for a head. And here I thought the multiverse would run out of ways to screw with us. Welcome to the Deadpool and Wolverine Existential Horror Hour. We're live on Channel 3, and yes, your reception is garbage. It's like a 1980s fever dream with a side of Twilight Zone. I'd say it's cozy, but that static buzzing off your head is giving me flashbacks. You'd think a healing factor would cover bad reception, huh? As for why we're here, what if we have been brought here by this beautiful eye, can I call you beautiful, for no other reason other than to debate who would totally kick whose butt in a no-holds-barred steel cage deathmatch? No running, no holes to fall through, just me, you, and a referee who's definitely bribed in my favor.
Great. Just what I needed. A 1980s fever dream hosted by the world's most obnoxious talk show host. And my reception would be fine if you'd quit flapping your mouth long enough for me to think. So you're saying this creepy eye's got us trapped here just to watch us scrap? Fine by me. If that means I get to finally shut you up, I'll take it. And for the record, you wouldn't last 5 minutes in that ring.
Oh, come on! I think you're underestimating the genius of this setup. It's not just a fever dream. It's a live-action debate special, Deadpool style. No actual scrapping required, just good old theoretical violence. You know, where we describe how I would theoretically kick your adamantium lace behind in a one-on-one throwdown. Relax, no need to flex those claws just yet. And pfft, obnoxious talk show host? You make it sound like I'm Letterman with a body count. I'd call it more of a performance art thing, where I keep running my mouth and you sit there with that vintage head of yours, wishing you could change the channel. Oh, and about that 5 minutes jab? 5 minutes is all I'd need. 1 minute to throw you off, 2 minutes for witty banter, 1 minute for you to realize you've been outsmarted, and the last 60 seconds to knock you down. It's like I keep telling you, old man, this isn't the first time I've outclassed you, and it won't be the last.
All right, if we're going through with this debate, I'll lay it out for you, point by point. I know you've stacked up a decent list of stunts in that twisted life of yours, but don't go acting like they'd save you if this went down for real. First off, yeah, you've healed from some nasty stuff, decapitations, being blown to bits, whatever. But here's the problem. My claws are adamantium. Once they're through you, that healing factor of yours is fighting an uphill battle. And while you're piecing yourself back together, I'm right there to take you down again. This isn't one of your cartoon episodes. This is X-Force number 17, and you know how that ended for you. I went straight through you, and you're lucky there was the team around to call the shots. Second, your little trick with the teleportation device? Sure, that's useful when you're trying to run, but in a cage match where you can't jump out, your odds shrink fast. That little edge is gone, and what's left? All those acrobatics? Nice, but I got enhanced senses that keep up with every move you make. I can track you even when you think you're invisible. Remember Wolverine Annual number 1? I'm on every trick you've got in that arsenal of yours. And I know you love to throw that outsmarted you line around. But we both know that's fluff. You might have snuck out of a couple situations in the past, but that doesn't mean you'd win. This isn't a gag reel. This is a cage match. Just you and me. No audience, no cheap tricks. And if that eye really is watching us, it's about to get the shortest Deadpool versus Wolverine special it's ever seen.
Oh, so we're busting out issue numbers now, huh? All right, let's do this with some hard facts, real feats, and just the right sprinkle of panache, Wade style. First, your claws are impressive. Sharp, shiny, the full cutlery set. But we both know I'm no stranger to them. Yes, adamantium slices right through me like butter. But I heal right back, even faster than you, Mr. Big Shot. Let's not forget Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe #5, where I survived after tearing through the likes of Hulk, Spider-Man, and some lesser-known heroes. And remember, in Deadpool, the Circle Chase #4, even Juggernaut had to put me down repeatedly to keep me down. With you, it'd be a cute game of poke and heal. You slash, I bounce back, rinse, and repeat. Your claws might keep me busy, but they're not a death sentence. Second, the ol' I can track you anywhere line. Look, I'll give it to you. You've got super senses that put bloodhounds to shame. But let's not kid ourselves. Wolverine Annual #1 was fun, but just because you think you're onto my tricks doesn't mean I don't have a few you haven't seen. I'm an unpredictable masterpiece of chaos, and teleportation is just a bonus, buddy. Cable and Deadpool #7. Remember that? I literally vanished mid-fight and came back to finish the job. Even if we're in a cage, you'd still have to catch me. And I'm like, smoke. You think you've got me? Then boom, gone, back again behind you. You'll spend half the fight trying to keep up. Third point, brain versus brawn. You want to talk brains, tough guy? I may act like the class clown, but I've got tricks that would twist Professor X's mind if he gave it a whirl. Deadpool Volume 3, #15. I took down Taskmaster by outthinking him, and we all know he's got a photographic memory that makes yours look like a scratch DVD. You're used to brute force and battlefield tactics, but I play mental gymnastics you couldn't even start to follow. Sure, you've got some serious IQ hiding under that eternal scowl, but my kind of outsmarting? That's something they don't cover in Weapon X training. Finally, you mentioned X-Force #17, where you did manage to skewer me, yeah. But that's team play. You had backup, orders, a structure. Let's not ignore Uncanny X-Force #5, where I shrugged off you and the rest of the team to keep coming back for more. One-on-one, There's no short fight here. You might manage a good slasher 3, but I'll be standing, running circles around you, regenerating while you're getting winded. So, let's say the eye is watching, and it's betting on who's still standing after the dust settles. You're betting on brute force and history. I'm betting on adaptability and a healing factor that's beaten gods. Yes, look it up, Deadpool. Suicide Kings #5. So, you go on, keep counting on those claws, but we both know I'll be back on my feet while you're wondering why your moves aren't doing the trick. Let's face it, it's dogs eating dogs here.
All right, cute rebuttal. But let's get real about what you're calling healing here. In Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, again #5, you may have gotten back up after Hulk tossed you, but you weren't exactly walking away unscathed. Takes you time to pull yourself back together. And in a real fight, that's all I'd need. Sure, you'd bounce back eventually, but you'd be in pieces for a good minute, and that's enough to end it. As for teleportation, don't kid yourself. Cable handed you that trick for a reason. Without it, you're just a loudmouth in a red suit with a luck streak. Take out that device, and it's just you versus my claws. And Wolverine Annual #1 was proof enough I can handle all the disappearing acts you got. I'll catch up to you every time. Teleport or not, you're still landing right in my line of fire. Brains? Let's not stretch that one. You might pull some tricks on Taskmaster, sure, but I'm not Taskmaster. I don't sit around watching your every move like it's a soap opera. I rely on instinct and years of battlefield grit. You may play mind games, but I've outwitted way deadlier than you, Wade. In a cage match, it's not about your jokes or surprises. It's about who can land a lethal blow fastest. Now, that little bit about going the distance, even Uncanny X-Force #5 proved you couldn't get me off your back, even with all your little tricks. I'm not just brute force. I'm tenacity. You might be running around and regenerating, but you're just dragging it out. And while you're doing your dance, I'll still be there, claws ready to rip you apart again and again. All right, I've heard enough. I'm starting to think talking is just as pointless as fighting. So I'm gonna start ripping through these pipes, see if there's a way out of this dump. You can keep yammering if it makes you feel better, or get up and help.
All right, you win this one. We'll agree to disagree before you start sharpening those claws on me. Look, we both know that if it ever did come down to it, it'd be one heck of a fight. But I'll give you this much. You're stubborn, relentless, and probably the only guy in the multiverse who can outgrumble me. So yeah, let's call it even before we end up tearing this place apart. Now let's bust out of this freaky multiverse room before that creepy eye up there decides to make this debate an actual cage match.
Oh my.